Welcome back, everybody, to Waadaplaya this Sala Cup Kkkr series. We have a couple of happy fans because the qualification finally is here. RCB Isala Cup Namde, and Krish rarely shows any emotions, and today I think is a pretty emotional day, Krish.
Right, right. Very happy with the result that we've got. Yes.
Excellent. Vishak, reactions to the qualifications?
Definitely, that too, doing it so comfortably. I think even Virat Kohli mentioned it that after 2011, this is the first time RCB has done it so comfortably. So definitely, even though 2016 we finished in the top of the table, it was not that easy. It went till the last, and then we qualified. So doing with two games to spare, this was definitely good. And now having a chance to finish in the top two makes it even more better.
Congratulations. So, two games were there today, a double header Sunday. PBKs versus RCB. We call it RCB 1, RCB 2. So that went RCB way, where they won by 6 runs and qualified for the playoffs. And the second game was Shambles Sunrisers Hyderabad versus KKR. Shit show of a season. We won what, 2 games? I don't even remember when we won a game last. And KKR still in the chance for playoffs. I think they are the most closest compared to Mumbai. So we will review both the games. Let's start with RCB versus Punjab Kings. RCB batted first. Happy with the score they had put up, or what were the thoughts? I know pitch is a contention, but was it a par score?
I think this pitch was much better. If there was one improvement which I would want to say in the RCB thing, I don't think this was a perfect game today. We had got 56 runs in 6 overs, and the next 5 overs we got only 15 odd runs. Kohli and Padikkal slowed down literally over there. So I think that cost us. Even if they had played normally and scored run a ball, we would have reached around 180. So maybe that is one area of concern because the openers, after getting a good start in the power play, they kind of slow down to both Padikkal and Kohli. They slow down in the middle overs. So if just rotating the strike and going even at a runner ball would help. So that is only the one area of concern was today. And Punjab, we all know, like the openers, they bat well. So once you get rid of them, it's like mainly if you get rid of Rahul, Mayank is not the guy who can bat till the 20 overs and carry on and win you the game. So any team which was playing against Punjab would be like get the openers, run into the middle order, you will win the match. So that was quite an easy win kind of in the end.
Okay. And Krish, I personally felt RCB were about 20 short
Yes.
batting first. What do you think? And Shubhadeep mentions that after the start they've got, should have been 175, 185, should have been par. Thoughts there? Any concerns in the batting order?
Well, we were pretty much disappointed with the way that we've still stuck with this 160 odd runs, but not to deny the fact that Sharjah pitch is continue to offer these low scores, and our openers did put up a very good score. But with the sheer brilliance of openers, yes, we've got a bit greedy, expecting a 170 or 180 target. Yes, but to be honest, the pitch was very slow just because of the openers getting more runs in the power play. We expected a 170 or 180 target, but to be honest, it was a 140, a sluggish target, I would say. We've got a bit more 160, which is 20 runs par, making it a above par total. But the way that we've ended the game is something which is really being a bit uh, tacky, I would say, because um, when Maxwell and AB are there, we are eyeing for another 170 finish with the kind of fireworks that we've got in the middle. But again, the lower order is something which need to show up again, which did not once again. The likes of Shahbaz Ahmad or Harshar Patel or KS Bharat, who has been demoted very low this particular match, haven't given us that enough runs. I expected a 170 closure when we had 156 at the end of 19th over. I expected another 14 runs to close the game, to close the innings, which haven't been happened. That was the only concern in terms of batting. Coming to the way how Punjab has played, yes, just like Vishak said, Punjab plays a couple of stages: one with their openers, and two with the non-openers. The openers play, and then the non-openers do not play. We all expected is one breakthrough, and when that happened, we were very happy. we know how the game is gonna go after that.
Yeah, result is definitely beneficial. Congratulations, like I said, RCB fans should be happy. Just couple of concerns coming on the batting order. Last game batting order was perfectly set, and I think Purval also points out, and you also mentioned, Krish, about Bharat's demotion. Was there a need for that? Number one, and number two, AB de Villiers' form in the second phase. Is that a concern? And Purval Modi keeps asking this question about ABD's future going into next year's auction.
Well,
I think him not
AB
keeping,
was.
right? Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, AB was 38, I guess, like 38, and we already have entered into that zone where AB can announce the retirement at any point. If we end the tournament victorious, there is a possibility that AB might um, give us the news about the termination. So we've entered into that particular zone, and we've seen ABD all these years what kind of a champion player he is. He's yet to get into that zone of the UAE pitches. He's been very good last season as well, but he just need some more time. We've seen some part of fireworks happening in this game. There's yet to come in the cup in the coming games. We can see the best of ABD Villiers. Yes, this is the first time that ABD Villiers struggled to score something in 5 games on a trot.
Yeah. Vishak?
What I was saying is ABD not keeping, right? That is actually, I think, is affecting batting, because when he's keeping, he's able to gauge the wicket better. Now that he is not keeping, I think he's just coming and mostly sitting over there, fielding, and then sitting in the dugout. And even and I think he's not able to gauge that wicket better. And one more thing is that in the first half, right? If the season was a single stretch or something, because consider someone like AB de Villiers who is not playing anywhere else, just playing in the IPL. You prepare just 2 months before the IPL, you come into the season, you take some time to get into the groove. He was just getting into the groove in the first half, and then the season halts. Then you completely go on a break for 4 months. Then you have to start over all again. It's difficult for a player who is not playing anything at all. So that's where I think is going wrong with AV de Villiers at the moment. But I don't think he'll fire in the next 2 matches. But come the playoffs, I think he's going to come good.
Okay. And Purul Modi points out that there was an argument between KL and Jaffer. Any thoughts, any reactions? What was this about?
That might be regarding the batting order of the Punjab Kings, whom to send after the end of the third wicket, I guess, because we've seen Sarfraz Ahmed ready with his attire, try to go next, but there is some slight confusion who need to step in. That could be one kind of a discussion that could have happened between the captain and the coach. Apart from that, I don't think there could be another issue, because we've already seen the nemesis of Punjab this season. They haven't been playing much cricket, haven't been able to close games like they always want to close. But sending Sarfraz ahead of Shahrukh was something which is just still not great. It's not a
Yeah.
great one.
Tinkering with lineups is Kohli, Kumble, KL Rahul School of Business. They never settle down to one template. Uh, Before we go to the next game, Punjab Super Kings, last game left. Any chances of making it to the playoffs?
Difficult for them because there are two teams who can still move to 14 points. They win the last game, it's like they can only make it to 12. So it is highly difficult for them. It's only a mathematical chance for them because KKR definitely have a much better. KKR and Mumbai definitely have a better chance, and again Mumbai because they're playing the last game. And even though there are two games on that day, right? The game or the result of the other game does not bear anything for Mumbai Indians at the moment. It's just a place for the top two finish. So Mumbai would know what they need to do to qualify. So I think Mumbai will have slight upper hand, but KKR at the moment because of their healthy run rate, I think will have an upper hand. But the thing is, KKR are also playing RR, who also have a chance.
Hmm.
So I think that is one thing with which KKR have to be a little wary of.
Excellent work. And from KKR's point of view, moving on to the next match, Sunrisers versus KKR. Scraping win of KKR. I don't think they'll be convinced and happy with the win they have got. Of course, the 2 points they will take it open arms, but I don't think they should be happy winning the way they have won.
Well, 115. This pitch was definitely not a 150, 115 one score pitch. As we have seen, Sunrisers struggled with bat throughout the tournament. They made some changes. They tried to change their batting lineup. They did everything, but they couldn't answer those questions that came out with the bat. And again, if there is any person who haven't seen Sunrisers this particular IPL season, Sunrisers once again showed their particular season's um, template once again in this match. They couldn't get going with the bat, and but there's one thing that we really need to appreciate is how they got back into the game with the ball. Sunrisers is always known for their bowling, and then they've tightened their lines. They've made KKR suffer with runs, and then sweat with runs, and that is one aspect that I was really happy with SRH. But KKR would be kicking themselves with the kind of win that they've got. They should have got home with kind of 3 or 4 overs pair, not to take it till the 19th over or 20th over. But the kind of pressure that was being built up by the SRH bowlers is commendable, which is very good. It's something that we really need to see, because IPL is all about batsmen's game, and there's always no chance for bowlers to step in and try to produce their mark. And SRH has completely done that today, just because they did not have enough runs on the board to defend.
Yeah. And Vishak, Friday's games, which are 7:30 same time, Sunrisers of Mumbai, RCB Delhi Capitals. I think only one match will be of consequence, which is SRH and Mumbai Indians. RCB Delhi Capitals is of no consequence anymore.
No, it will have slight consequence on who will finish second, according to me. But in the second game which we spoke about, the SRH and Mumbai Indians, as I already mentioned, Mumbai Indians will know what they need to do. Like most probably they'll be looking to chase the score and like whatever overs they have to do. So that should be the main motto, because they know SRH is not doing pretty well in the batting front.
Mm.
Maybe they will want to restrict them as to low score as possible and then chase it in the minimum overs. I think they've done this previously. They've even chased around 190 in 13 overs previously. So I think Mumbai, you never know, you never count them out, because this is one team who says, like, who has a never die attitude and keeps coming up from impossible situations and just qualifying. So, but for the other team's sake, they would not want Mumbai Indians to qualify, because this is one team. Once they go to the qualifiers, they're very dangerous.
Yeah, tomorrow they
So
are playing, Tuesday they are playing Rajasthan Royals. That's their first step they have to win before they think about the
yeah,
qualifying stages. And coming about KKR, Morgan is not firing at all and pressure is mounting on him. Do you think if KKR make it to the playoffs, right? Assume that KKR make it to the playoffs. Will KKR retain Morgan on the auctions next year?
I don't think KKR should retain
Most likely,
anybody.
I think so.
If they have to retain one player, it should be Shubman Gill for me. I don't think any other, and maybe look at Varun Chakravarti because he's doing pretty well. Other than that, I don't see they should even retain any foreign players, because Morgan. I think having a foreign player, I've told this previously as well. Having a foreign player as a captain is definitely a liability, because you're utilizing that one foreign spot in your team, and you're just able to rotate the other three. You're just looking for other three spots. You have to play this person for all your 14 games. So that, look for a good Indian captain, and then you can rotate around this 14, four foreign players, because you have 8 foreign players. You have already reserved one with your captain, so that becomes a huge problem.
Okay. And from SRH point of view, what should be the approach, Krish, going into the auction? Should we flush and fill? Should we retain one player like Williamson? What would you do if you were Tom Moody or the owner or BVS Lakshman?
Well, there are quite important people in SRH camp, even after 13 games completed. Players like Kane Williamson and Washid Khan are the two important people SRH should retain from the overseas category. And from the national side, there are players like Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Abdul Samad, the youngsters who have a bright future. We can retain players like them. But the overseas campaign, yes, David Warner will surely be parting ways with SRH after what has happened in the recent past. The chances were not coming, and then there are few reasons. So they might go with Kane Williamson and Rashid Khan being the two retentions from the overseas category, and a complete revamp should happen. They need to sit and understand the key areas, what all areas that they need to identify that they are lagging in this particular entire season, the middle order, the top order, or the middle overs where they need to try to put an extra pressure, a quality Desi spinner who can support Rashid Khan. The bowling has been very good in terms of pace bowling, but they need to have a strong spinner as well, apart from Rashid Khan, who can really restrict the opposition in the middle. And then the batting was very, very weak, despite they have some notable names apart from Kane Williamson. No one has really stepped up or shown some signs of positivity in the middle, despite there have been some changes. So I would say going into the mega auction, they need to have a complete revamp, sit and start a workshop and sit everything and understand those key areas and then start again everything afresh, like how Delhi did in 2018. They've got complete changes. They made a makeover completely, and then they came all guns blazing, and they've got three brilliant seasons. So SRH should really need to rethink again with their strategies.
Maybe
One thing, Suman.
yes, RCB
So
should
I
hire.
think there are some things I read somewhere in Cricinfo also today that Jason Holder is doing well, and should they retain Williamson? But I have a point to say here, that is they have to see what are the positives this season. I think Williamson is slightly, he has been doing pretty well. Then even he's playing well, but the big scores are not coming. Jason Holder is definitely a big positive, and Rashid Khan. So if you see, like you don't have more than 3 or 4 players to retain, and you also need to see the amount you need to pay them to retain is really justified, or getting back you can get them in a lesser price in auction. Rashid Khan, you cannot definitely get him at a lesser price, so it would make sense to retain Rashid Khan. But Kane Williamson, Jason Holder, definitely I think can be got at a lesser price than 15 or 11 crores. You don't have to pay so much to a foreign player and retain them. So I think they should only be that should be the thought, and retain only Rashid Khan and go and freshly revamp the side.
Good insights. Purval Mori wants to know one Indian, one foreigner who will make highest in mega auctions early next year. Who do you think will be?
One Indian, I would say it's Shreyas Iyer. I think Shreyas Iyer will be released by Delhi Capitals, and teams that who are looking for captains, they will go gunning for it. So I think Shreyas Iyer. From foreign players, I think there are 2 more new teams coming up, so there will be a lot of people. So I think first, I think we need to take a look at who will be there, who will not be there. So maybe it's too early to decide, but at least the Indian contingents, we know like what might happen. So I think from the Indian contingent, I think Shreyas Iyer will be the one to watch out for.
I
Chris?
feel it will be Surya Kumar Yadav, where all the franchises will have an eye on him, and the international player would be David Warner, because he will enter that auction table once again, and it will be surprising to see who goes for him and how much amount that he's gonna go. That is surely gonna break the bank.
Yeah. David Warner will be looked by teams who would need either openers or a captain. I think that is where the probably the new franchisees will eye for Warner, because existing franchisees, except for Chennai Super Kings, I don't see anywhere a need for captaincy coming in. I mean, RCB has a
RCB,
plan.
RCB.
RCB has a plan, but I'd be shocked if you guys will consider Warner to be captain
No,
of
I think
RCB.
RCB will more or less go for Shreyas Iyer if he is retained.
Yeah,
I think I somehow get that feeling that Shreyas Iyer would come to RCB and he would be one of the highest paid. So
interesting times. Anyway, Sunrisers, a season to forget. One more game is there, which we'll have to sit through painfully. Even if they win, happiness is not going to come. They have to win the cup. Whereas RCB have a glimmer of hope going into top four. Should be really, really fun once we decide is it KKR or Mumbai Indians. I think it is boiling down to those two teams for the last spot, KKR versus MI. Punjab Super Kings will be highly unlikely if they are to make it. So it should be fun. If Mumbai doesn't make it, I think we have a chance of two teams going for IPL for the very first time, which is RCB and Delhi. But if Mumbai make it, then it will be only RCB, isn't it? Or RCB and Delhi still.
Sorry, I didn't get you. I think.
If Mumbai make it to top four, we still will
Yeah,
have two new teams probably having a
yeah,
chance. Mm.
yeah, right. Even if KKR make it, I think it will be two only because KKR has also have won it twice. So
Yeah.
no, I think only we can have only two teams because only three teams are gunning for it right now. Even RR has won it once.
Mm.
So maximum we can have is two teams, two new teams.
Yeah.
So if, yeah, and
Should we
most of them want the new team, and hopefully it's RCB. So let's see.
so should they wanted a new a call of who will win IPL? So Vishak, you're going with RCB.
Definitely. But I predicted CSK in my initial thing. But I still have that feeling that CSK will win this and it will be a farewell for Dhoni. But I still want RCB to win.
Okay. Want RCB to win. Feel CSK will win.
Yes.
Okay, Krish.
Well, it should be RCB's year. We've had a lot of heartbreaks, and this should be the answer for all our waitings and all our dreams, because we've got everything correct this year. Bowling has been great. Batting has been up to the mark. The foreign players are doing extremely well. The domestic players are doing good for us. We are not overly dependent upon Virat Kohli or ABD to get to win matches for us. There are people all over. Everyone in the 11 are contributing for a win, so which is good sign for us. So I hope this is the year that we all are waiting for. I just don't want to jinx it right now, but yes, I think this is the year that we all are waiting.
Suman, your prediction on who's going to win?
It'll be tight. I think the top four are pretty close. CSK will not give up that easily. They will have two chances to go for it. So I'd be surprised. Other three teams have to play extremely well to beat them. I don't know. I mean, look, RCB look very close to a deserving winners. If you remove CSK, Delhi Capitals have tendency of choking. They were about to choke unless Shreyas Iyer came into play in the last game. KKR and Mumbai Indians winning back to back so many games will be tough. So it will be boiling down to CSK versus RCB.
The chances the top two teams who end up the league stage have the maximum chance of getting into the finals, because as you said, there will be two chances going into the final if you end up in top two. So the teams who end up the league stage will be having those most number of chances of getting into a final and emerging into a champion. So it is always important for us, being the RCB fans, we want our team to get into that zone of top two. So that is what we'll be eyeing right now, because we've already done with the qualification, um, the qualifiers thing.
That's good timing. Let's go into the points table as to how that is looking. Okay, CSK sitting pretty, 12 games, 18 points, qualified. And Sanjay asked this question: are they confirmed top two spots, Chennai Super Kings?
Not yet. But looking at their healthy run rate, even if they end up on 18 points, I think they will go into the top two. And tomorrow's game is also crucial. Who wins tomorrow's game is definitely top two. So
Okay.
like
Yes, the
if
winner who
RCB
wins
has to
tomorrow's
go to the top two, then like all RCB fans tomorrow will be rooting for Chennai Super Kings so that they go top of the table and we can beat Delhi and go to the top, win the next two games and go top. So all good news for all Chennai Super Kings fans. All RCB fans will also be rooting for them tomorrow.
Yeah. And Wednesday, be ready to face Sunrisers RCBNs. Hopefully, you
Yeah,
guys will have run for the money. Okay, so moving on, Delhi Capitals again sitting pretty, 18 with 12 games, RCB 12 games, 16. KKR, Punjab Kings are 13 games each with 12 and 10. Rajasthan nearly but exited. So is Mumbai Indians. But it'll be interesting next couple of days. Looking at the points table, seems like the top four are nearly completed. We are enjoying doing these shows. If you like our work, please do drop us a like, drop us a comment, tell your friends and family members to subscribe. And if you are a cricket fan, cricket fanatic, get in touch with one of us to get opportunity to get onto our shows as well. We will also be continuing after the This Sala Cup Kiska series on to World Cup as well. We will do daily shows, daily reviews, fantasy tips, and with a panel which is celebrity guests as well. And for today, Vishak and Krish, thanks for joining in. Happy playoffs spots confirmed. Very happy. Congratulations, RCBians. And hopefully, you're going to the next weekend feeling even more happier that you are into the finals. Thanks for joining in. And the folks who are engaging with us, Shubhadeep, Sanjay, Purval Modi, thanks for all the comments. Really encourages us for us to continue going. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And we'll be back for the next game. Ciao.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe.